Yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba doo. There used to be an old bridge right down there. Sorry, I'll try to get a better look at it on the way back. O'Donnell's, Amherst Beach, down to the right. That's where we're headed, guys. That's where we're headed. We're going to turn down Route 94. The very first little community we're in is St. Joseph's. Right there. And not far from here, in this community, is where I was born, and I lived till I was, I don't know, somewhere between the ages of 2 and 3. And we're going to check to see if the house even still there. I was born in the house. I was not born in a hospital. Maybe that's what's wrong with me. But yeah, that's the story. Let's take a look here shortly and see if the house is even there. So here we are in the top of St. Joseph's. Behind here is the school, behind up top here, behind those trees. That's where I went to school from grade 3 to 11. And right directly behind me is the graveyard in St. Joseph's. And right here is my grandparents, right here in this plot. There used to be a big old church right here, which they took down because finally it was too old. And it's a great spot to be laid to rest, overlooking the ocean. And where else, Mark, is our uncles to here?
Uncle Jerome is just buried with Nan and Poppy's ashes.
Okay.
Right there.
So this is a look at the local cemeteries around Newfoundland. This is very much what they look like. Well maintained. People take great pride in taking care of their loved ones.
Capacity, we'll call it, right?
Yeah,
there's graves here. It was even, I watched it on a news feed somewhere. Down on the beach, they found all headstones. Yeah, there was stuff washed out on the shore down there, all the remains and.
So this is probably from the first immigrants who actually came.
Oh yeah.
This goes back to the 1600s.
Yeah, so. So I don't know if you could hear Pete. He said this probably goes back to the 1600s right here. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a little glimpse of that, guys.
For years, when storms brewed, like really large ships used to come in and anchor. That's a worldwide chartered anchorage for ships in storms.
Safe harbor.
Way out there, like safe harbor. Like the Navy uses it, all the big old boats used to use it and everything. You used to see them all anchored out there when there was a big storm on.
There you go. So the water's extremely deep off there, I guess, and well sheltered with the way the land goes around.
Is it holds the anchors.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference too. But that is that's on all the, apparently is on the marine charts worldwide as listed as a safe anchorage.
Well, there you have it, guys. You're learning this as much as I am, because I didn't know a lot of this stuff. We're going to get back on our scooters and head on down the road another little bit. Once we get to our house in St. Joseph's, just stop for a second. Is it still there?
Oh yeah.
We'll just stop there for 1 second. I'll just do a quick view of it. Yep. Still heading down for St. Joseph's. Just going to show you the house where I was born and lived till I was 2 or 3 before I moved to O'Donnell's. It's just over around this turn here. I don't think the road was fixed here since I was born either. Pretty crazy. Of course, things have changed an awful lot since I came here. And there's the little house right there, guys. It's this one right here, a very small one. Yep. So this was.
Yeah, where the Quonset hut is now, that's where Andy George used to be.
Yeah, our grandparents' house used to be right here, where this building here is. And this used to be, was this Uncle Jim's house?
Yes. Uncle Jim's was right here. here,
Huh?
and I never even looked. Uncle Alvin had, or was it Uncle Jerome?
Behind it.
What?
This is way back behind it.
Is it still, anyone live there still?
No, there's nothing left.
And does anyone live in our,
One of the Jim's daughters.
Jamie
I think one of her uncles comes in every now and then. Like,
okay, so it's like a seasonal, like a cabin now. Okay, so I'll just give you a little show here, guys. Yeah, so that is the house I was actually born in, and I lived there till age 2 or 3. What year did we move to O'Donnell's?
65.
We moved down 65?
Yeah, I was first born then.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe I was a little older than that. So, you know, I was born in 60, not trying to give away my age, but
There's Uncle Gabe's there, the light green.
yeah, that was my Uncle Gabe, lived right there. Fish plant down here. And this used to be all wide open meadow, and that rock up there, the big one we used to play on, that big rock is the one my sister pitched me against one day, and I'm sure it was on purpose, and broke my collarbone.
that meadow,
So it used,
to go back, I'd say, a half a kilometre.
yeah, it used to go way, way up.
Way back. We used to ride from the tavern on slides.
Yeah,
Come down, there was a pan here. We used to come down and go across the road down the pan and get back in.
yeah. I never even realized the pond is gone here.
There used to be a little pan right there,
Yeah,
and there was another big pan there, remember, with the pilings along the road here?
yeah,
And Grandfather Ryan had a shack out on the beach, and there was a road just going
Yeah.
from here. That road there,
yeah,
or that lane, that used to be lined with the biggest kind of trees.
yeah.
And right across from that was his road that went out to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And out on the beach is where he used to have his thing for hauling up his dory and keeping
Yeah.
all his stores for
Yeah.
fishing and stuff like that.
Just walk right here to the corner and have a look out at the boat.
Nothing left now.
Yeah, everything that was here when I was a kid has all changed. And here are some larger fishing vessels over here. This is typical around the coast of Newfoundland. Used to be a fish plant over here. I'm not sure if it's
The fish plant is right there.
is the fish. Oh yeah, it caught fire years ago. I remember it burning down.
They built the second one.
Yeah.
The one that was here burnt. One over there is still there.
Okay.
The one that was here was burnt, and then they put another dock here, and they never ever rebuilt it.
Okay. And so, guys, when we were kids, this is what we would look out to. Of course, there's more houses over on that side than there was when we were growing up. And this wasn't here. That's all new. And
The old government wharf, you can probably see a little bit of the new one over there. That's where we used to go and jump off and swim.
yeah, yeah. Well, of course I wasn't, but I remember you guys.
And people who lived in the houses up there, out on the beach, they also had fishing stores.
Yeah,
And where the pan was there used to be a bridge go across. Mr. Jack Fagan and them used to have a bridge out to their stores. And all the way up along was the same thing. And like on the 24th of June, down in this bay, and this is a French tradition. We didn't know anything about Bonfire Night being November the 5th. Bonfire Night for this bay was the 24th of June. It was the St. John Baptist Day.
and the people who watch don't know what Bonfire Night is.
Bonfire Night is a celebration, I guess, brought over from Europe or from England at the time when Thomas Becket or someone tried to burn down something over there. And so a lot of places in Newfoundland celebrate that on what we call Bonfire Night, which is November the 5th. Here in our bay, we carried on the French tradition of St. John the Baptist Day, and you could stand out here by the edge of the water in the evening and look all around, all down Mount Carmel side and all along our shore, and every family had bonfires. And it was a sight to see. Now, of course, with fire regulations,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to do that anymore.
Yeah, but I remember some of that growing up. Not as much as you did, but I remember like a big community one on the beach down home. There you go, guys. I'm just going to take you out through the community where I was raised, where I lived. And there's many different houses here than there was when I grew up. Mr. John Hickey lived to my right there. These are all new houses over here. I don't know who owns what house. I'm not going to mention all the names because I can't remember half the names. So coming down this hill here on the right shortly, you will see where I lived. My parents had a two-story house there. And I lived down in this hollow right here. And that is my parents' house there, which my brother Pete owns now. And we'll just carry on out the road and I'll give you another glimpse of it on the way back. So this is about approximately a mile we're going to go, and we're going to turn around, and on our way back we'll probably stop at the local cemetery here. All these cemeteries are really old and they're filled up. That's why people are dying off and we have newer cemeteries. It's just going out through the community. When I was a really young boy, this was just gravel road. Used to be a house here which is gone, the Tremblets. Mr. Ray Hickey, Annie Ray, used to live there. Everything's built or filled in so much with trees. There was no trees when I lived there. It was like wide open. Scattered tree around periodically. Off to my right, off there is what is it? Off to my right is Colnet Island. That's small Colnet Island. Big Colnet Island is down further. You'll be able to see that in a little bit. I think that's called Bill Ryan's Beach. I could be wrong. They put this bridge here to link Admiral's Beach. Or maybe I'll do a 360 of this. And off. You can't see the Colnet Island is way down there now. We'll just turn around here and go back. Maybe do the off the other little road. See the other side of O'Donnell's. Ooh, this is just crazy. Crazy! Ooh, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. When I was a younger person, I walked all the way around this many times, and there's way up here, they used to call it the head of the pond, and there was a great river flowing in there. We used to do a lot of fishing, catching trout, all part of growing up. This is the Meadow Point out here. There's a cabin out there now. That wasn't there when I was growing up. And that's the local wharf. That has changed quite a bit over the years. I used to know everybody here in all these houses, but there's a bunch of new houses now. I don't know who everybody is. My cousins live over here. Just a very small little community. When I was growing up here, I always heard it said that there was 100 houses here. I don't know how accurate that was. I don't even know if it was even remotely accurate. Never did keep track of it. At one point I sold a newspaper. I used to go around and sell it for like 35 cents. It was called the Newfoundland Express. Did that for a little while. Now we'll go over to the other side of the community. And growing up we used to call it the other side. Down to my left here, the Hickey family. Mr. Ron Hickey, Margaret, wonderful people, and all their family. I'm going to take a run into the cemetery to visit my parents. Mark and Pete are just going to pull down to the old family house there. Go in, have a talk with my parents for a while. Don't often get down to this area, obviously. So we passed it on the way out here, and I'll just give you a quick look at it. Have a look at the place. And then I'll take a few moments. And it's just over here on the right. I don't know if you can drive up there anymore. I imagine you can. Don't see why you couldn't.